All right, we are back. We are back.
And I'm running regrets. I'm like the Terminator screaming. I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the man. They say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you. I get it for myself. So many places to be. I got plenty.
All right, we're back.
Act like you've been here before. We start trending. Don't mistake me for a lame little
Wow.
goofy. Rockstar life is like a movie. Hollywood, where you be at?
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Now they looking for me like I'm Ray S.
I don't. Yeah, I'm back.
This money keep on falling like it's dominoes. Special delivery and I got a lot to blow. I'm feeling like I've been here before. Deja vu is hitting me to the core. Memories flashing
All right.
back once more. I'm feeling like I'm living in the.
All right, so I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know what that one was. It said low static. I don't know what this warning is. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You can see what the flagging was. You see what it says? Oh my gosh, I can't even get it up there. Hold on. What is this warning? What is it? Low visibility. So you know what? I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but we'll just do what we've been doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So yeah, there's something going on. All right, but we'll make it through. Yeah, they just get out here and then they start reporting you, and you're going, what the heck is going on? So, like I said, if there are any Trump supporters on this show right now this morning, do me a huge favor and leave this live right now. You could go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts because they will lie to you. They lie to you and they take your money. But over here, we don't do that. We're going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And what it'll do is it'll shock you. Yeah, it'll make you come up out of that cult, hopefully. But if not, it'll get you ready for a first class trip straight to hell. So listen up. If you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and everything in between, do me a huge favor and leave this show right now. All right, because it's going to get very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy,
This is my
if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they have officially closed, and I take no responsibility for however you feel or what's going on inside of the Thunderdome. Sparks are flying everywhere. I just say grab your shield, grab whatever, because you're going to need it. All right, protect yourself. Seriously, all right, huge WZ. Right? So, obviously, you know what this is about. The first thing is we got to talk about the most amazing interview I saw all week so far with Vice President Kamala Harris. She was on Rachel Maddow's show yesterday, and I just want to get this on the record. This is, to me, you just see the difference, right? Could you imagine right now having Kamala Harris in the White House running America right now? It would be like a huge breath of fresh air. You sit there, you listen to her talk, and you're going, wow, wouldn't it have been nice if we actually had somebody that was actually, this coherent, this articulate, this beautiful, this amazing in the White House with all kinds of Riz, being like a Rizzler in a way. I'm the Rizzler, but she would have done an outstanding job. I know for sure we would not have been in the situation where we would not be in the situation that we're in today with Donald Trump. And Kamala lays it out pretty well. So what we'll do is we'll get this on the record and then we'll get to judgment.
At every level, executive, judicial, legislative, corporate, institutional, media.
We'll get this on the
every
record.
Single guardrail that is supposed to protect our democracy is buckling. I thought those guardrails would be stronger.
Me too.
I was wrong.
Oh.
But now, of course, the election is over.
Uh-huh.
And with the election now over, the fight that we're in now is to shore up those guardrails, to rebuild them where they have fallen, to make powerful people less cowardly somehow, to stop people and institutions from capitulating. And if they do capitulate, the job now, the fight now, is to get them to see they were wrong to do so and to get them to reverse themselves.
No, I don't trust everything Rachel says. I'm actually a critical thinker, all right? I can listen to what people say and then figure things out for myself, all right? And that's for the MAGA demon in the chat that asked that ridiculous question. Won't you just do us all a favor and zip it?
It's the fight now. Kamala Harris says, when we fight, we win.
That's true. That's true.
Turns out that may be more important than ever after an election that you did not win.
And we are winning, to be quite honest.
Joining us now for her first news interview since the election is former Vice President Kamala Harris. Madam Vice President, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's weird to talk about you with you sitting here and me pretending you're not here.
Oh, it was awkward for me too.
How have you been?
I am well, all things considered. I am well.
How have you been taking care of yourself since the election?
You know, I have an incredible family. I've been spending more time with them than I had for quite some time. Cooking, and writing.
Yeah.
And reflecting, and talking to a lot of people, making a lot of calls, receiving a lot of calls. So I've been busy.
Thank you.
Let me talk to you about this capitulation thing. It's really landed with me. I feel like we're all in the middle of it, but you articulating it in the way that you do, you've become the patron saint of I told you so, in terms of people understanding the sort of warnings and predictions that you made about what Trump would be like.
Yeah.
But you say, I predicted all of that, I warned of it, what I didn't predict was the capitulation. The billionaires lining up to grovel, the big media companies, universities, so many major law firms, I will note, including your husband's.
Yeah, and he spoke out about it.
He's been very vocal in criticizing it. He said they've all been bending to blackmail and outrageous demands.
Yeah.
Why did you not predict the capitulation? And what do you make of the effort to try to put some steel in the spine of those institutions?
So, as you know, I am a lifelong public servant.
True.
And but I've worked closely with the private sector over many years. And I always believed that if push came to shove, those titans of industry would be guardrails for our democracy, for the importance of sustaining democratic institutions. And one by one by one, they have been silent. They have been, yes, I use the word feckless.
Feckless.
Big retailers.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Silent, feckless. I mean, this is true information.
It's not like they're going to lose their yacht or their house in the Hamptons. And here's the thing. Democracy sustains capitalism. Capitalism thrives in a democracy. And right now we are dealing with, as I called him at my speech on the ellipse, a tyrant.
Wow.
We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now, Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's a tyrant.
And these titans of industry are not speaking up.
Weak.
And perhaps it is because his threats and the way he has used the weight of the federal government to take out vengeance on his critics is something that they fear, and I get that. I understand why they do. We've seen the demonstration of it. Perhaps it is because they want to please him and nominate him for a Nobel Prize.
Wow.
Perhaps it's because they want a merger approved.
A merger.
Or they want to avoid an investigation.
Oh, an investigation.
But at some point, they've got to stand up for the sake of the people who rely on all of these institutions.
Thank you.
To have integrity.
Thank you. Integrity. You know what that means?
At some point, be the guardrails.
Thank you.
Against a tyrant.
Get him, Kamala.
Who's using the federal government
Get him, Kamala.
to execute his whim and fancy because of a fragile ego.
Fragile. Fragile ego, dirty diaper, disgusting tyrant. Does anyone out there believe that Does anyone believe Vice President Kamala Harris lied at any point in my show? Has she lied yet? Has Vice President Kamala Harris lied yet, anyone? I didn't think so. Exactly. Hey, thank you, Go Dog. That's pretty kind of you to say that. Yeah. See, Vice President Kamala Harris is being very straight up, very honest with the American people about Donald J. Trump. She doesn't have to, do like this and get close to his diaper like you Trump supporters do. See, this is the difference, all right? And think about it. You wouldn't be suffering. You'd probably be really living in the golden age if Vice President Kamala Harris was truly, able to run this country. I'm going to skip ahead because there's another part of this book that I think is very important for the kingdom. And I apologize in advance because there might be some strong terms used, but I'm going to let Vice President Kamala Harris say whatever the heck she wants to say, for goodness sake. All right. She's trying to save our country.
Has to have a sense of
difficult material. Yes. I'm going to read something where I have to bleep myself in the middle of reading it out loud, sort of. This is the part when Trump told an audience, National Association of Black Journalists, told them that you happen to turn black and that you now wanted to be known as black. You say, on the plane that day when I first heard about Trump's remark, we patched in Brian Fallon, your senior advisor, communications advisor.
Talking about her blackness.
On a call to strategize a response. Brian wanted me to punch back with a big speech about my racial identity, like the one Obama had given. I was so pissed that I didn't hold back. Are you effing kidding me? I was not about to take Trump's bait. He lies all the time, I told Brian. He throws out outrageous statements to distract from the real issues. Quote, today he wants me to prove my race. What next? He'll say I'm not a woman and I need to show my vagina? Brian, on the other end of the phone, fell silent.
And I heard Vice President say that, and considering where we're at right now with the Epstein files, I said she's not joking. She's very serious, MAGA. Your dear leader. That's called SA. In case you didn't know, that's called SA. And how many women have accused Donald Trump of SA, ladies and gentlemen? What's the number? Was it 20? Over 20 women have accused Donald Trump of SA. And I just sit back and I say, over 26, 27. This is, but the tyrant, look at this, probably 30. Yeah, look at this, too many. Yeah. And this is the guy policing the nation, trying to tell everybody else how to get into the kingdom. I'm talking about heaven. Isn't that ironic? And they actually listen to him. And I'm going to actually give you an example of Donald Trump trying to get his supporters into heaven just a little bit later. But I'll let Vice President Kamala Harris tie this. What she just said, she's going to tie it into the economy and help MAGA understand how they ended up in this very, very bad situation.
I imagined the deep crimson of his blush. All right, so first of all, you made me say it.
I really have.
Yes, but how?
Have you already heard
Jesus
of the
Christ.
shaver?
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Let's go.
How do you decide? I mean, in the moment, particularly when it's so ridiculous, it's funny. How do you decide when to not take the bait and stay on that he's trying to set for the debate, and when to punch back? What did you learn about that in the process of going up against him?
So, I also, the first 2 weeks that I was the top of the ticket, we had no polling. No polling had been done on me. So it was my gut.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this speech that actually was about, I was a prosecutor. I dealt with people who engaged in sexual abuse.
Thank you.
I was attorney general. I took on people who engaged in fraud.
Fraud.
On and on and on. And
so she said sexual abuse and fraud. If Donald Trump, if you could actually look at his resume, MAGA, I guarantee you, if he was being honest, those words would be all over his resume. And remember, you voted for this.
I know his type.
I remember this line, yeah.
And because there's something about, in the English language, that phrase, I know his type, that does a lot of work for you. Because it's something we all relate to, whether it was that boss, it was that person, whatever. I know his type.
We know his type.
And so,
go ahead, Kamala.
The character that I knew I was running against is someone, because he has shown it also. I mean, he did it with President Obama.
He did
racist. It with Secretary Clinton.
Misogynist,
he throws
sexist.
This stuff out that he thinks will be an individual's weakness or Achilles heel. With the intent to distract from the fact that, as it was in this campaign, he had no plan for actually bringing down costs and prices for the American people.
Yeah.
He had very few plans for what he would actually do that was about the American people and not about an execution of his vengeance on his enemies. And I wasn't about to fall for that.
Nope, we're not.
And the stakes were too high.
Yeah.
The stakes were too high. You can't get in the gutter with that guy.
Gutter.
Because that is the way that he distracts from the fact that, for example, right now,
Right here.
He promised.
Here it goes.
The people who voted for him.
What did he do?
That on day one he'd bring down prices.
Oh.
And I do believe, Rachel, that's one of the main reasons that the people who voted for him
groceries
elected him, because they believed he would do it.
Oh, did you do it?
He lied.
Oh.
We're now in a position where unemployment is up. Inflation is up. The cost of groceries is up.
Yeah. Screwed yourself.
So, you know, as the folks used to say, don't fall for the okie doke.
Yeah, you hear that, MAGA? Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's exposed you. Yeah. He lied to you. And you have no choice, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about MAGA in particular, but to swallow that lie, hook, line, and sinker. All right? Yeah, it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, they're saying same thing, make you laugh, make you cry, right? And so what we're going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire real quick, because I know there's a bunch of Trump voters out there sitting in my comment section. And instead of focusing on what Vice President Kamala Harris said and trying to hold Donald Trump accountable, they'd rather get upset with her. They'd rather get upset with me, Big Zeus. All I'm doing is giving you the truth. Your dear leader lied to you. He manipulated you. He bamboozled you. And guess what that means? You are getting a first-class trip. Where? Straight to hell. W. Zeus. Does anybody believe that I am being too mean to the Trump supporters this morning? Am I being too mean? Because if so, I can dial it back a little bit. Am I being too mean? I just want to double check with all of you, because, you know, I think you, okay, somebody's, okay, no way, okay, thank you, because I see them out there crying. And for you who are out there crying, remember, I gave you a warning.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you. Because I haven't been mean in a minute, but I'll tell you, it's a joke going around. There's a Trump supporter. He didn't want to be woke anymore. Have I told you all this story? True story. Trump supporter lived in Texas. Said, I don't want to be around any Democrats anymore. I don't want to be woke anymore. I'm doing something about this. And so what he did was he sold all of his worldly possessions that he had accumulated here in the United States. Yeah, it's sort of like the rapture. Yeah, he wanted to be the first to actually, I'll throw that part in there. He wanted to be the first one when the good Lord comes to go up during the rapture. So he sold all of his worldly possessions, and then he said, what do I do with all this money, Lord? What do you want me to do with all this money? And the go to Russia, go to Russia. So he goes to his wife, his children, and then the dog, and he says, listen, I've sold all that we've had, and God has told me we need to go to Russia so that we will never, ever be woke again. And his wife looked up and said, really? And he said, yes, dear, yes. And even the dog, woof, really? And yes, we got to go to Russia. So they jumped on an airplane, and they went over to Russia. And guess what? When they got there, the FSB, you know who they are, they brought him to Vladimir Putin. Putin goes, what are you doing here? Aren't you from the United States of America? I am, but I'm not like those other wokies. I am a real patriot. This is what he told Putin. And I don't want to be woke anymore. And so Putin said, wow, I was waiting for you to come. Here's what you're going to do. How much money do you got left? And so he told Putin how much he had left. Maybe it was a few $1,000s. Putin said, all right, I'm going to take the $1,000. Take this, take that. It was a pew-pew and a uniform, right? And what he did was he sent him to the Eastern Front, you know, the front of the lines in Ukraine, to the conflict there, right? And rumor has it, no one's heard from him ever since. Yeah. Supposedly he lost his life. Right? He lost his life in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And so there's a joke going on around that whole thing right now. And they go, he's not woke anymore. Yeah. He's not woke. Yeah. Right there with the good Lord. I mean, in this case, it'll be the devil because God never told him to do anything like that. But that's how far out MAGA has gone. All right, they really do believe God is telling them to go to Russia so that they won't be woke anymore. I mean, you guys make up some of the most craziest stories. You can go fact check me. Go fact check me. It's a true story. All right, and so that's me being a little bit being W Zeus. Now, what I want to talk about next. We all saw Donald Trump yesterday at his Tylenol press conference. I'm going to call it the Tylenol press conference, in which Donald Trump literally owned himself in front of the whole world, proving to us that he hasn't learned anything. He showed us all how incompetent he is. And if you are still a Trump supporter out there listening to this man, go get your head checked. All right, because what we heard yesterday. And this is, I'm just going to hit play. All right, let's just go ahead and hit play. Big Bad Wolf comes out in the middle of the press conference. I am going to tell the world, no more Tylenol. Pregnant women, do not take this Tylenol. And I don't care how much trouble I get into. I'm the president of the United States. I'm the smartest person in the United States. That was the energy he brought out. But he basically put his foot in his mouth as soon as he started talking. And we'll get into this.
And by the way, I think I can say that there are certain groups of people that don't take vaccines and don't take any pills that have no autism. That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
Is that a correct statement?
There are some studies that suggest that, yeah, with the Amish, for example.
The Amish, yeah. Virtually. I heard none. See, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. But you have certain groups, the Amish as an example, they have essentially no autism. First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that, acetaminophen. Is that a...
I like it when he does that because you could just hear where he gets lost in the middle of that word.
I heard
my
none.
favorite part.
See, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. But you have certain groups, the Amish as an example, they have essentially no autism. First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
Cooked.
Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol. During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Just struggling.
So taking Tylenol is not good.
Oh, that's clever.
I'll say it. It's not good.
Y'all know what that reminds us of, right? Y'all know what that reminds us of. Let's go ahead. Remember this? Donald Trump giving you medical advice.
A question that probably some of you are thinking of if you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So, supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way.
Yeah, you can do that.
And I think you said you're going to test that.
You're going to test that.
Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
Interesting.
And so we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
So that's Donald Trump giving you advice during C-19, and now he's giving you medical advice while you're pregnant, ladies, all right? And so I want to speak specifically to the MAGA women out there. I want to make sure, I want to double check, have you done the things that he's actually prescribing that you do? You know, hitting the body with the light, doing the whole thing with the disinfectant, and then now doing what he's saying with the Tylenol. I hear if you do what he says do, you won't be woke again. All right, that's a W, Zeus. They know what I mean. Y'all doing that? Let's go ahead and listen to Dr. Trump. Let's go ahead and listen to Dr. Trump.
For this reason, they
Dr.
are
Trump.
strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary.
Watch this.
The structure.
This is Donald Trump, Dr. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with me. I got to fix this. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to take a Tylenol, but it'll be very sparingly. It can be something that's very dangerous to the woman's health. In other words, a fever that's very, very dangerous, and ideally a doctor's decision, because I think you shouldn't take it.
Dr.
You
Trump.
shouldn't take it during the entire pregnancy. They may tell you that toward the end of the pregnancy, you shouldn't take it during the entire, and you shouldn't give the child the Tylenol every time he's born and he goes and has a shot. You shouldn't give a Tylenol to that child. All pregnant women should talk to their doctors for more information about limiting the use of this medication while pregnant. So ideally, you don't take it at all, but if you can't tough it out, if there's a problem, you're going to end up doing it. The other thing that I can tell you that I'll say that they will maybe say at a little bit later date, but I think when you go for the shot, you do it over a 5-time period. Take it over 5 times or 4 times, but you take it in smaller doses, and you spread it out over a period of years. And they pump so much stuff into those beautiful little babies, it's a disgrace. I don't see it. I think it's very bad.
Oh.
They're pumping, it looks like they're pumping into a horse.
Pumping into
You
a
have
horse.
a little child, little fragile child, and you get a vat of 80 different vaccines, I guess. 80 different blends, and they pump it in. So
Pump it in.
ideally,
Like a horse.
a woman won't take Tylenol. And on the vaccines, it would be good instead of one visit where they pump the baby loaded up with stuff, you'll do it over a period of 4 times or 5 times. I've been so into this issue for so many years just because I couldn't understand how a thing like this could happen. And it's artificially induced. It's not like something that, when you go from all of those, healthy babies to a point where I don't even know structurally if a country can afford it. And that's the least of the problems. To have families destroyed over this is just so terrible. I also, and we've already done this, we want no mercury in the vaccine. We want no aluminum in the vaccine. The MMR, I think, should be taken separately. This is based on what I feel.
I got to stop that. Just for a split second, because I need a break. I have no clue what Trump is talking about. Honestly, I don't. I've heard pumping, fluffing, filling it up with something, Mercury. I think he's talking about the planet Mercury, right? I don't know what he's talking about. He's just throwing words out here. And I'm really concerned, honestly, that I know his supporters understand this. And so I'm asking, are there any Trump voters out there that understand what Donald Trump is talking about that could translate that, what he's saying to us? Anyone out there? Anyone out there understand what Donald Trump is saying? All right, because from hitting the body with the light, I shouldn't call him President Trump, right? I'm going to call him Dr. Donald Trump. Does anybody understand what Dr. Donald Trump is saying pregnant women should do? All right, what is he saying? No one knows? Yeah, I didn't think so. It's sad, but he can do this for an extended period of time. Listen, he can keep going.
Measles, and all the 3 should be taken separately. And it seems to be that when you mix them, there could be a problem.
Oh.
So there's no downside in taking them separately. In fact, they think it's better, so let it be separate. the chicken pox is already separate, because when that got mixed in, I guess they made it 4 for a while, it really was bad. So they make chicken pox. Individually, they're okay. When you mix them, something maybe happens. So there's no downside in doing it. It's not like, oh, if you do it, bad things. No, it's only good side. And it may not have that much of an impact, but it may have a big impact. So let those be taken separately. And then hepatitis B is sexually transmitted.
Wow.
There's no reason to give a baby that's almost just born hepatitis B. So I would say wait till the baby is 12 years old and formed and take hepatitis B. And I think if you do those things, it's going to be a whole different, it's going to be a revolution in a positive sense in the country. Wow. The FDA will be updating the label of an existing drug to reflect potential benefits in reducing some autism.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I can no longer go any further with Dr. Donald, but to each their own. What I'll say is this. To the Trump voters out there, this is God, once again, trying to get your attention and to reveal to you who Donald Trump really is, right? And if I were you, I would be running, and I do mean this, running out of that cult as fast as possible. Because throughout history, if you go and look into how all cults end, it never ends well. Now, you've taken some losses, right? For all these years you've spent with this man. You've taken some losses, but if you think about it, you still have your life, right? You're still alive. Spare yourselves any more harm, right? But I know you don't listen to what I'm saying because you're in your feelings and you're so busy thinking that you're trying to own the libs and stuff like that. You don't believe me. So what I'm going to do is hopefully give you a little bit of motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire. Yeah. Because a hard head makes for a soft, you know what, a soft behind. Hey, guess what, MAGA? Your behind is about to find out how hot hell is.
Silence, you MAGA.
Now, what I wanted to do is give you all an example of a Trump supporter coming to their senses, and I'm going to see if this works if this video works. This is a TikToker, a random TikToker. It's called Wake Up Call. I wish they would listen, MAGA. If you're going to make videos, right, and you're going to, expose the fact that you are now coming out of the cult, first of all, thank you, because we need more of you to do that. But listen. Don't have the music up so loud, all right? Because I want to really hear what you're saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's a testimony from somebody who's escaped the cult. Listen up, all right?
If you see this, you were meant to, so stop scrolling and hear me out. We are living in the last days, and there is deception running rampant. And I cannot keep my mouth shut about it anymore. I have always been a Trump follower. I have, loud and proud, was in the MAGA movement since he came down the escalator. Yeah. I've been to numerous rallies. I have been on an intercessory prayer line for this man, like with other leaders in our country, praying for him every Sunday. And then I was also at his inauguration.
Oh, you were at his inauguration?
I was a huge Trump supporter.
Yeah.
After Charlie Kirk died, I asked God to reveal to me the true evil in this world. Give me the stomach to handle it, and give me the courage to expose it. I cannot sit back and keep quiet about what the Lord has revealed to me, especially when it comes to this administration. It is pure evil. It is divisive. It is satanic. And the blind, the worshiping of this man is idolatry, and Christians are being led to the slaughter. Guys, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah.
I'm guilty too, I have to say, so I understand. I understand the love and devotion to Donald Trump. Guys, hear me when I tell you, this man is no good.
No good.
He is on the Epstein list. He is totally funded, totally compromised by the Israeli government. In the just the rhetoric of this cabinet and the way they are lying to us about the shooter of Charlie Kirk is just absolutely sick. Sick. Come out from among them, guys. We're better than this. We are better than this. As a nation, if we ever want to save this country, which I don't think we will be able to, because they're ushering in the New World Order. It's at our doorstep. I mean, the mark of the beast has already been made. And I have chills when I talk about this. It's so serious to me. I have Christian friends and good people that are going to blindly follow this movement to hell. Please wake up. I have so many more TikToks I'm going to share in the future about deception and discernment in God's word and where he stands on all of this. If you do not follow me, hit the follow button.
Okay, well, we're not going to do that because that's too soon. All right, but you heard what she said, ladies and gentlemen, and that's for all of you Trump supporters. Obviously, she's been listening to Big Zeus and many of us in the kingdom, and she's realizing that Donald Trump is leading his base straight to hell. So that's a W, Zeus. That's a huge... Yeah, she's woke now, the real woke. Yeah. It's funny that all of a sudden, it's funny how all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, some folks are starting to wake up and realize Donald Trump is no good. And this is what we've been trying to tell you Trump supporters out there, all right? If you do not get out of this cult, God's judgment will truly fall on you, and you will have to pay the ultimate price, which is, guess what? Hell. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the time. Let's go ahead and start having some conversations. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I do hope people do wake up and start to see the light. I do. She's late. I saw all the comments. She's late. But listen, we have to give people space when they come out of this situation, ladies and gentlemen, because we can play the whole I gotcha game if we get back into office and stuff like that. I think we should then be able to sit down and really unpack the trauma. But where we're at right now, we got to take what we can get, all right? We got to get these people, hey, safety is over here. Sort of like the Underground Railroad. You know what I'm talking about. No, I am the light. I am the light. You see what she's saying? She can only hear stuff like that come by listening to me, Big Zeus. Viper, see, the problem is this, Viper. You are so hell-bent on worshiping Donald Trump. Your head's so far into that diaper that you don't know which way is up, down. You don't know which way is left and right. You first have to admit your head is in his diaper, bro. Champ, I don't know who you are. You got to admit your head's been in the diaper, all right? Because if you really sat back and thought about it, just do it as an example. Why don't you actually take Donald Trump, or I should say, why don't you actually take Dr. Trump up on his medical advice, right? Starting with hitting the body with lye and injecting with disinfectant and perhaps taking some other stuff that he's suggesting. If you tried those things, you honestly know the outcome would be damnation, right? So you're not going to do that. And then recently with the whole Tylenol thing, take his medical advice. If you really do believe Donald Trump is being honest and he knows what he's talking about, you won't do it. And the ones who have done it, guess what? They've lifted their eyes up. Where? In hell. They're in hell. The ones who listen to Donald Trump, they end up in hell. And that's for you, Viper.
Silence.
Viper.
You knocker.
Do we have anybody in their right mind that's supporting Donald Trump in the audience today? Could you please identify yourselves and simply put a 1 in the chat, all right? And you know what I love about this show? I looked at my metrics. Everybody in here is, around the right age. We're all around the same age bracket, 35 plus. All right, so when I talk to this group of people on TikTok, I really do expect adult conversations, and they should be based on reality. They should be based off of experiences, and then we should be able to navigate accordingly. All right, Jay Will, I just sent you an invite. You just put a 1 in the chat. Are you a Trump supporter? I sent you an invite. Come on up here. All right. Jay Will doesn't want to come up here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, I sent Jay Will, or send me a guest request. Send me a guest request. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Who do we got? All right, who do we got? I'll bring up my sister Straight Facts. Good morning, sis. How are you doing?
Good morning. How y'all doing this morning, Kingdom and Zeus?
Hey, we are doing good. Thank you for coming up. W. Kabira. How are you doing?
Zeus.
Yes, you're the first one up here, so you got something on you, I think, right?
Zeus. I'm trying to understand. Let me say this real quick. I got to get it off my chest this morning. My people told me I need to come over here and talk about this morning because I was so taken aback, Zeus, by the fact that the president of the United States of America could not pronounce acetaminophen. He did. Why didn't he proofread that speech before he came out there embarrassing us like nobody's business? Listen, y'all, if y'all can't understand that as a president of the United States of America, before you come your raggedy butt out there and you do a speech, Zeus, you're supposed to proofread the speech to make sure that you can enunciate the words properly, to make sure what was being said was what you wanted to say. And not, you just don't get up there and then just get to talking about, I don't know, is this the way you pronounce it? And had the nerve to look back at just...
He needed all the king's horsemen to help him say that word, right? Ain't that the same?
And all the king men, you hear me? You hear me? And all the king men to say that word. But the biggest thing that I take issue with is him saying in Caroline in the press secretary in the press room the other day saying that him going after his enemies isn't vengeful, isn't retaliation. No. He's holding them accountable. That's accountability. Yeah. When did the word accountability equal revenge? I just want to know. When were those two words synonymous?
I never seen it like that where I'm from, Straight Fact. But anything's possible, I guess, when Donald Trump's involved, right? Because he makes it up as he goes.
And then I told you guys before, it is the hypocrisy. That's the absolute hypocrisy that's going to take them out. Because what they're out here preaching is, I call it the turning point, and all the rest of that is Christianity 2.0. That's what I call it. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Because, Takesha, I know you're going to get on me, but baby, I'm going to say it. It's the same difference as them saying, turn the other cheek. But they're not turning the cheek. You see what I'm saying?
They sure ain't.
They're not turning the cheek. And then they want us to unalive in order to live in luxury while they live in luxury.
Oh, no. That ain't how it works where I'm at. I need you to take this L so that you can eventually level up like I'm leveling up right now off of what you got. It doesn't work like that. I've played that game before, and we know how it goes, right, Straight Facts?
Right. Because it never ends like that.
Nope.
And the fact that they want to do racism right in our face and pretend and tell us and lie and say that it's not racism. Let's be clear here.
Yeah.
The simple fact that they put a unqualified white man in position as the president of the United States of America and would not choose the black woman, would not vote for that's racism in our face.
Thank you.
So when they sit up and they tell these lies about how it's not racist, this administration is not racist, it falls flat on its face because we're seeing the racism in our face every single day. We know full well that if Obama sat up there behind that podium and couldn't pronounce what is it? I can't pronounce it no more because he pronounced it acetaminophen. He got me messed up. Excuse me. You know darn well that if Kamala got behind that mic, or Obama, or Joe Biden, or anybody else got behind that mic and couldn't pronounce acetaminophen, that you wouldn't have heard the end of that.
Amen.
That tells you right away that this is a very extremely racist country.
Yeah.
And the longer that we sit up and pretend that it's not, the worse that it's going to get. We are not our grandparents. The reason why they didn't talk about racism for so long is because they were terrified. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
They were terrified. And it did us a disjustice not to actually talk about it, because it raised a generation of people that were just unaware. We are not going to assimilate. We are not going to walk away, put our eyes down, be in a subjective role. We're not going to be scared to speak out. We're not going to stop talking about what happened during the time of slavery. And that's what they like. Let me say this, and then I'm going to go ahead and go.
NAGA. Hit it. Go ahead, hit that stinky leg if you don't mind.
You already know I'm about to hit it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it as clear as I possibly can. Zeus.
Yeah.
MAGA, SFLAGA, NAGA. You are upholding a system that puts white people at the top while simultaneously oppressing you. Of course, they're going to pat you on your head and tell you that you're doing a good job when you are supporting the system that puts them at the top. The moment that you decide that you no longer want to support that system, that's when they're going to say you're on the plantation. That's when they're going to say that you've been brainwashed. But let me say this clearly. If I'm voting on the opposite side of the Klansmen, if I'm voting on the opposite side of the misogynists, I am actually voting for the right side. I am not on the plantation. You are on the plantation, NAGA, because you are upholding a system that oppresses you. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you possibly be to sit here and think that you're the ones that's not on the plantation? You're the ones that's not upholding the patriarchy that puts white men at the top. This is absolutely asinine. The reason why they won't come up here anymore, Zeus, is because they don't have a leg to stand on. Your president can't read. Yeah, you won. You won a dummy. Is what you won. You won somebody to go over to another country and embarrass the dog mess out of us. He looked a hot mess when he went to UK. Didn't nobody clean that suit. He wore the same raggedy suit that he wears all the time. And then Stephen Miller up there with his bald head self wearing that tight tux. What is going on here? And let's not talk about Melania in that doggone lampshade. She looked a hot mess, and that yellow dress was extremely inappropriate. You don't wear a dress like that with your shoulders showing at a formal dinner like that. Her whole days didn't leave her. You can take the hooker out the streets, but you can't take the streets out the hooker. I'm out
of here, Zeus. W straight facts.
Baby, he went and got a whole prostitute as his wife and then brought her over there to the UK and showing her off like she's some type of prize. Zeus, I can't do it. I ain't going to be able to do it no more. This shit is, this mess is embarrassing.
Yeah.
MAGA.
Yeah.
Tweaker. Tweaker. I want you.
Lord have mercy. It's getting hot over here. It starts getting hot when the truth starts flowing. Yeah.
Yes. And you see, they didn't put Candace Owens out. They didn't put her out.
She's not. What is it? She's not what enough? What is it? She's not.
She didn't start talking about that French man's wife. Talking
Macron,
about she ain't. You already know what she over here hollering. Talking about the lady that had to take pictures to show her private parts to show that she is a woman. This is disgusting.
Oh yeah.
You know when Candace Owens Stop talking about, MAGA and loving them and sucking up to them. They put her right on out the pasture. This should be a lesson learned to y'all, NAGA. They don't care about y'all. and that red hat ain't gonna save y'all.
Nope.
Period. Done.
That's why Kanye took it off, right? You notice Kanye ain't walking around with that red hat anymore, remember?
No, because he done got OJ. You see how they did?
W straight fact. And this is what I look at Blaga, and I say, and you call him NAGA, which is even at this different level. There's Blaga, and then there's NAGA. Right. Think about that. You look at him and you go, don't y'all see Kanye did this move first? And you saw he ain't been back. He ain't been right ever since. Right.
He look, two things happen. When his mama unalive, he ain't been good since then. Yeah. And then when they OJ'd him, he ain't been good since. Exactly. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Mm-hmm. You can be if the closest that you want to be to whiteness. You can even be in whiteness. But understand what I'm saying to you. If you're messing with a white tea person and you go to their family's dinner or restaurant or whatever, and you allow them to sit around and tell racist jokes and you don't say anything, you're just as bad as them. That's the reason why I had to leave my baby daddy alone, my daughter's father.
Go ahead,
because
please.
I was around him, and I think that they thought because I am a light-skinned black person that it was okay for them to talk and have black jokes around me. Yeah, you already know what time it is.
Yeah.
As soon as when they started that mess, that's when I took a stand and I walked away.
Amen. Because we don't tolerate it. Zero tolerance.
We don't tolerate it. If you're not saying anything, you're as complicit as them. So you might as well just say you're racist too. All right, I'm getting on up out of here. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. I hope you guys have a wonderful
All right,
rest
W Straight Facts. See, that's what happens. Straight Facts is showing you she's a very open to being a diverse person, but we got our boundaries, all right? We're not going to sit there and tolerate that. Donald Trump is speaking right now. I don't know if you all know this. He's speaking right now at the UN General Assembly. Hold on. I just want to get a quick dose of what he's saying. Let's see if he's making any sense or if he's embarrassing us.
It's climate change.
Let's see if he's been.
It goes higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, this climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that. No more global warming, no more global cooling. All of these predictions made by the United Nations and many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong.
Why?
They were made by stupid people, but of course their countries' fortunes and given those same countries no chance for success. If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail.
What?
And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign they had a hat. The best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything. And I'm telling you that if you don't get away from the green energy scam, your country is going to fail. And if you don't stop people that you've never seen before, that you have nothing in common with, your country is going to fail.
What?
I'm the president of the United States, but I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe. And I hate to see it being devastated by energy and immigration.
You should see their faces. They're not.
This double-tailed monster destroys everything in its wake, and they cannot let that happen any longer. You're doing it because you want to be nice. You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying.
This is him at the UN General Assembly.
Take control strongly and immediately of the unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe before it's too late. The carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions.
The carbon footprint is a hoax. I got to go ahead and hold on. Get back to the show.
And they're heading down a path of total destruction. You know the carbon footprint.
The carbon footprint is a hoax, sort of like the Epstein situation. I guess that's a hoax, huh? Wow. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the president of the. You heard him actually have to say he's the president of the United States. What kind of person actually has to keep repeating that? right? Somebody who's clearly suffering from some sort of medical issue right up here. Yeah, he's right. The country is going down, but it's not the countries he's thinking. It's the United States of America, because guess what? His supporters are still ignorant. They're too ignorant to realize that they are contributing towards the destruction of the United States of America. All right. Do we have any Trump supporters out there? Please identify yourselves in the comment section. Yes. Do we have any Trump voters out there? Please do weather modification research. Come on up here, user. Somebody pinned what you said. Come on up here. Other than that, just, I'm going to assume you're a bot. All right. Do we have any he's a hoax. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, where's Dame? Where's DJ? Where's Osa? Yeah, where's Osa at? I wanted to check in with Osa yesterday. I wanted to make sure he understood what I was saying to him yesterday. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, who do we got next? All right. Who do we got next? Waiting for the guest to join. Okay. Osa. Oh, Rox Fox Osa is trash. That's mean. Why are you all so mean? Zeus, you never made a case. Oh, let's see. Who's this? OH33. What do you mean I never made a case? All right. Yeah, I don't know what you. Yeah. What do you mean?
You know who I am, brother man. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot.
What you gonna do? Mute me? Is that what you're gonna do, Zeus?
Nah, I want to be nice today.
No, you're not nice, Zeus. You're on the payroll.
Okay, what's that to you?
You like Harry Simpson, Zeus? How much you get paid for the show for the DNC? But Zeus, tell me why climate change
So wait a
is
second,
real.
time out. Let's not start that with the misinformation. But
Tell me why climate
can
change
I
is
just say
real,
something?
Zeus.
If I was getting paid by the DNC, what wouldn't you be proud of to see a brother getting taken care of like that? Wouldn't that be an accomplishment?
No, Zeus, it's a shame.
Why?
Because the Democratic
Shouldn't people get
Party
paid?
founded
Shouldn't
the
people get
Ku
paid?
Klux Klan, Zeus.
Huh?
The Democratic Party funded the Ku Klux Klan.
What year?
What year?
Yeah, because
During Reconstruction, Zeus.
Okay, so it's like a relationship, right? If
Reconstruction,
hold on,
Zeus.
if you got
back
married
in the 1870s.
Okay, so listen up. If you get married, right, and then you get a divorce.
No,
should
Zeus,
you
I don't
still-
do ad hominem, Zeus.
Jesus, can we at least talk? Because I hate
I don't
when
like
people-
ad hominem, Zeus. We got too much fact
Well,
to talk about.
Okay,
Let's talk
but
about facts.
I asked you what year.
So
did
let's
the
talk about
Democrats-
climate change.
What do you want to know about climate change?
Tell me why
I'm not an
climate
expert at
change
that.
is a real thing.
Yeah, I've heard it is. Yeah, you ever tried?
Why?
Well,
Why?
have you ever gone inside of your garage and closed it and then started the engine and then just sat there and let the thing do what it does? Let the engine spew
That's
out all
inside the
exhaust?
house,
Yeah.
Zeus.
What
that doesn't
happened?
have
What would
anything to do
happen,
with
though?
climate. We're
Hold
talking
on.
about outdoors,
Hold
not in
on.
your house.
Have you ever tried that?
Zeus,
Have you ever tried?
you
that?
have, I can tell, because you lost a lot of brain cells. But we're talking about climate change.
Okay. All right. So this is the ad hominem stuff you're saying you don't want to have, and I try to.
I'm asking you about climate change, Zeus,
Yeah.
and you're moving the goalposts.
Well, because you don't believe in it, right?
Right, but I'm asking
Okay.
you, why is
Okay.
climate change real?
Because I believe in it. It's tied to science. It's evidence-based. The temperature of the earth is heating. You can see it with these natural disasters that are actually happening, right? And like I said, if you don't believe it's real, that's one thing. It's like, what can I say to somebody
What's
that
the
doesn't...
number
Hold
one
on. What can I say to
carbon
somebody... What can
emitter?
I say to you? What can I say to somebody who doesn't believe in evidence? What can I say to you? Right? You probably...
Carbon
you
is a part of our environment naturally.
Yeah? But... You know
So,
what? A lot of
so
things are
why
part of our
is
environment
climate
naturally.
change
Hold on.
an issue?
Huh?
Well, so why is climate change an issue
Well, what
if
does the
carbon
evidence
is a
say?
natural part of our environment?
What does the evidence say based on what you've researched?
The evidence says that weather fluctuates.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's climate change. But if you're talking about climate change when it comes to the world is going to end, well, Zeus, we've been talking about this since the early 1990s.
Okay. All right. This is the Industrial Revolution, so to speak, right? And
Right.
What
So
happens? Okay.
what
so-
has changed since the
okay,
1990s?
And I'm just going to say it in the simplest way that I understand it. The
Trump
Earth
said-
Hold on. You just asked me a question, right? Can we at least talk? I mean, what is up with all these brothers that support Donald Trump getting into these
No,
spaces
let's not
and
change
then-
the subject, Zeus. That's still on climate change.
Okay, right. So Earth has an atmosphere. I understand that, correct? We agree or disagree?
Continue.
Do you agree or disagree? I just don't know where your science...
Zeus, you're asking me to agree on something that is already been proven.
Okay. Okay, so you accept that Earth has an atmosphere, and then you also accept the fact that there is a such thing as called carbon emissions. That's happening.
Let me ask you a question. Do you emit carbon, Zeus?
I do.
Exactly.
But
So
what we're
carbon has
saying.
been around for how long, Zeus?
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I can't have a conversation with someone who
You
gets
can't
every
because I
step of
have
the
a
way.
brain, Zeus, and you do not.
You have a brain?
Of course I do, Zeus. That's why you don't have an answer.
So give me the information that proves climate change is fake. What evidence are you using then? I apologize for not acknowledging your intelligence.
You're asking me to prove a positive. Zeus, I don't
you
have
have
to
the
prove that.
information?
If the burden of proof is on you. You said
right.
what Trump was saying was a lie.
Right.
So how is it a lie?
Because he's saying that it's a green new scam and it's going to translate into a recipe for a disaster for any country, right?
But is it not a scam?
No.
But is it not a scam?
No. I'll tell you what I believe the scams are, what he's doing with the crypto, right? What he's doing with the tariffs. Those are scams. What he's doing with the visas.
Moving the goalposts, Zeus.
Yeah.
You're moving the goalposts. Yeah. Don't do it. Stay right here.
Yeah, no.
In the box. Go ahead and play that sound effect when you do the whipping thing, because I'm whipping you.
Okay.
Silence.
Hold on.
Play it for yourself, Zeus.
There you go. I want to let you talk to my good friend Kabira. She said
play it for yourself. Play the
on.
salad. No, I'm dropping because I'm not. You're not going to confront me.
No, you're not gonna run away.
Die.
You're not gonna run away.
Yes, I am.
Bye-bye. Me.
Because you
Hold
know
on,
why?
young man.
Because,
you know what? I get your game. This is your game. You overtalk somebody and you don't let anybody speak because you're full of. Excuse me, Zeus. You're full of bullshit. Flush the toilet on me. That's what you full of. All right, now everybody knows what climate change really is. Keeping it real, climate change ain't nothing but air pollution. That's all it is, to the max.
Mm-hmm.
And when it goes off into the atmosphere, it messes up the atmosphere of the earth. This is the only place we got to live.
Thank you.
Now you can talk all that hooey you want to, if you want to, and I'm good with that. But you keep your ignorance to yourself and say off of Zeus's lies.
Thank you.
Your fast talking self.
Hey.
Now I've been up all night working, and I said to Takesha I was gonna stay up and be on Zeus's live this morning.
Oh wow!
And I don't need no, excuse me, Zeus, flush the toilet. I don't need no bullshit because we gotta be up in 6 more hours to be back at work.
Thank you. Hey, W. Kabira. Now, let's see.
Now that's climate change, pollution. That's the reason why in LA it was so bad. It was so bad. That's the reason why they had the catalytic converters.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have enough sense to know that, then I suggest you go back to school.
Yeah.
Or go back to the 60s or 70s when pollution was rampant in the United States. But you wanted to continue.
Yeah. You notice he didn't want to jump in that garage, Kabira, and do the experiment I was suggesting. Right?
Pollution is not rampant anymore?
He's a clown. This dude is a first
Pollution is not rampant anymore?
Who overtalks people, who won't let the host get a word in.
Pollution problem?
I see your game. This is what you do. You throw out a question, the man can't get 2 words out, and you throw something else off as a deflection.
Yeah.
See, your game is old. Go back to them mega lives and pull that shit there.
Yeah. All right, so Kabira, should we do the judgment with him? Yes or no?
He had to bring up his mama to protect him.
Hey, Zeus, you know what? I'm going to give you my ticket because this guy gets a first-class ticket to hell.
Oh, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, from Kabira's lips to God's ears, mine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send this MAGA demon. Remember 33, whatever he calls himself? No, he's not 33, he's 0. Let's see where he came from. Straight to
I'll whip you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Thank you, W. Kabira, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, brother, I'm at peace now. I just couldn't take him doing you that way, Zeus. I couldn't take it.
Thank you.
He was throwing all kind of balls at you and wouldn't even let you take a swing. Because soon as he threw one pitch out, he was throwing another and another. I said, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him do that to my little brother. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and you know what? I just checked myself. I ain't got 1 mark on me. Hit that. So you know what that means.
Exactly.
He was just throwing a bunch of haymakers, not connecting. All right. Well, listen, you're doing okay though, right? Thank you for tuning in this morning. Seriously.
Yeah, I got 3 more weeks in Louisiana, and
Okay, all right. Well,
God willing.
all
But
right.
I'm gonna sit back down in the cheap seats and continue watching the live, Zeus.
All right. Thank you so much, W. Kabira.
Thank you for giving me one.
Yeah. Yeah, 33. You're gonna have your group of demons out there that are gonna say, you did whatever you did, but what I understand is I have a show to run and you don't, right? You just have your mouth to run. He doesn't believe in climate change, and he just wouldn't bring himself to go sit in that garage. Listen, in all seriousness, do not do what I was saying he should do. Do not sit in the garage and close it and then turn the car on. All right, you will end up harming yourself, and that's the point that I was trying to make with him, and he knew that, and that's why he didn't want to go anywhere. And I said, well, what evidence do you have? He didn't have any evidence. He just wanted to sit up there and get his, they usually say 15 minutes of fame. He got a good, 15 seconds of fame, maybe. You know what, W. Zeus? Let's go on. Yeah, he saw. Yeah. And I'm not gonna throw away the platform. I'm not gonna get into none of these little personal things. That's why I tell folks, if you get in the box, please do not take the bait with these people, because we got to protect the live. When they don't have anything, honestly, this is what they'll do. They'll resort to being very, very primitive. They might even go as far as to start making, threats and things like that. I just don't go there with people, especially on this app. Number one, it's a poor reflection of my character. But number two, I have to show people that, you know what, I don't just give it, I could actually take it, because I'm that strong out here, all right? I mean, seriously, I'm very, very strong. And I know that when I'm right and they're wrong, all they're going to end up doing is basically playing themselves out, all right? And then the last thing is, obviously, check me out. I'm the most handsome. All right. All right, who do we got? Visha. Good morning, Visha. How are you doing? Jesus, he's still talking. Good morning, Visha. How are you doing? I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. No, you're not, Eugene. All right, Eugene, you gotta stop. You gotta stop pretending like you are the most handsome, bro. That'll get you into a lot of trouble in the kingdom, if you know what I mean. Who do we have? Do we have any more Trump voters out there? Anybody serious? All right, this is an adult show, and I expect people, when they get in the box, I mean, I've done the hard part, right? I've done my monologue. I've done all the talking. Why can't you just get in the box and have a conversation without, acting like acting like you've never been somewhere before in public? This is the most embarrassing thing that I've seen in my life. Seriously, I go into a lot of MAGA spaces, and when I get in there, you know what I do? I actually don't act like I have etiquette, all right? I'm very respectful, all right? I'm not into all of the yelling on TikTok and calling people names and stuff. I don't got time for that, all right? So I expect people to act accordingly. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have next? Who do we got? Who do we have next? Right, Sherry? I'm very respectful, because, I always keep in mind, I got my mom listening, I got my family listening, I got friends listening, and it's not that I can't turn up, because I turn up with the best of them, but, you have to start at a certain point understanding they don't have much going on for themselves, right? These people, they don't have much going on, so they don't have what's at stake like I do, and so it is what it is. It is what it is. I know these people, they don't got what I got going on. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to my good friend Doc. Good morning, Doc. How are you doing? If you're a Trump voter,
how you doing, Zeus?
I'm doing all right. Another day in the kingdom. They're still out here trying to take shots at your boy, but they're not making them. You know what I mean? They're struggling.
I know.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm sitting up here. I've been looking at the orange Cheeto at the United Nations, telling other countries that their countries are hells. Talking about these people's countries, embarrassing the United States as always. It's just, and what is the purpose? What is the purpose of the United Nations? He had the nerve to ask that question. What is the purpose? Every day is an embarrassment. I'm almost to the point where I might want to pack up and leave.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We gotta save this great country of ours, and that's what he wants.
We gotta save it. Listen, I don't know. I'm trying to figure somewhere to go to get up off this app.
Yeah.
Because Trump he's gonna complete the deal by Friday. And by Friday, my plans is to be somewhere else.
Oh my.
So I want folks
Listen, folks, we have been a family for a long time. So I'm going to need some folks to come follow us wherever we may land. But I don't believe we're going to be up on this app, because this app will definitely be a place where they're going to be watching. Surveillance. And I'm not getting down with that. And furthermore, I'm not getting down with any right wingers neither.
Well,
I
won't be getting down with them, but I thought about that and I said, you know what? They already got this data. It don't matter. I'm still going to be the Rizzler on this one, on that one. They got it all, Doc. We don't live in fear, all right? You know what? They go put me anywhere, honestly, and I said they're going to still get the truth, right? I'm never going to just, you know what they say, obey in advance, so to speak. But, to each their own. I respect it, but we are, technology. I honestly think they already got the data. You know what I mean? Right. They already got it. You go on Instagram, they got it. They go on YouTube, they got it. Anywhere. So I would just say, as long as you go out, if you do go out, I don't think any of us really are, because the power is in the people and the numbers, right? Wherever we go, you plant the flag there. All right. As a matter of fact, I go a little. I actually go to X too, and I just go there and I write down things. MAGA's not gonna like this, and then I release the Epstein files. You just can't give these people the victory that they want by watching you trying to surrender. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, and if it's like my mom said, if Jesus was to call you, don't you want him to see that you was fighting for him and doing the right thing? If he was to call you and say, "Well done, my faithful servant," all right, he don't want you hiding under a rock, right? And, trying to say, I was scared of man. No, you're not. You got to be out here telling the truth. They come get you telling the truth. You know what? That's God's plan. We got to do it. That's why I was saying in my mind.
About that.
Yeah, this is I really do believe this is like a modern day civil war. They think we're going to get out there in the battlefield. No, it's really about the information. There is a lot of misinformation going on out here. And I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and my good friend Ann just live, and he was trying to make it about black and white. And I'm like, okay, it is about black and white, but the information and the manipulation that's going on in this country as a result of the misinformation and the disinformation, it's crazy. And we have to actually get out here and start talking to people that maybe have been, I call it poison, so to speak, about, and help them to see a different angle than what they've been getting. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's through conversations like this. With I wouldn't have met you if you weren't on TikTok. Because of the way
that's true.
The way the algorithm
that's true,
works, right? I wouldn't have met you. We wouldn't have this wonderful community, and so. But I do understand protecting your peace, so I would never tell you to do something you don't feel comfortable doing, right? But I thought about it, and I'm like, if you go to YouTube, you don't get the engagement like you get on TikTok. No offense to YouTube, right? But TikTok lets you join people's lives and talk and stuff like that. I tried it on Instagram, and I'm like, what the heck is this? What are they doing over there, right? And so, but be honest with yourself and stay positive. But, and again, I don't think the deal is
I am trying to, Zeus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay positive. It is just so very hard to do.
Yeah.
When we have the current president of the United States who constantly comes up on the TV talking about acetaminophen and not acetaminophen.
Yeah.
And just all of is just cringy shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, I got that. Mom.
I'm cringy.
Yeah, cringy.
I'm cringy.
Yeah. And so when you speak on how it's difficult, because, obviously we're people of color, right? And you're a woman. You feel it different than other folks are feeling it. And I think it's worth noting in your mind, or if you can share with us, the frustrations and the shame and then, all the stresses that go along with what's going on. What do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't get to know and hear stuff like this.
Okay. So for me, and I don't know about how other people feel, but for me,
yeah,
it is, It's that thing that gets you so upset that your blood pressure go up.
Yeah. Stress.
And
It's
it's
stress.
that thing that I know that I'm not sleeping well because I know that I have a 2-year-old up in the White House picking with things like forks, going over to the wall and playing with them
Yeah.
and doing stuff
Yeah.
he shouldn't do.
Yeah.
It's about all the lawlessness, but telling everybody else that they must be lawful, but you're lawless.
Yeah.
It's the mental, it's mental, and it's like somebody having a scramble brain.
Yeah. 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 And it's
Scramble brain.
Yeah. And you know what? I do see it the way you see it as well, and that's why I say, you know what? We gotta keep that in mind. He's really not that intelligent when you think about it, right?
He's not intelligent at all, Zeus.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nah.
You could even when he got up and he went to go say that Ackerman, or however he pronounced
Yeah,
it,
Ackerman.
it should have been acetaminophen,
Yeah.
causes autism. That is based off of
What?
some flawed study or study that they had done, which you basically that was refuted with the JAMA report, their study.
Yeah.
You know, all these years women have been taking Tylenol when they have any aches. That's all they can take.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me
See this?
that women can't take anything. If you can't take anything,
Think about this.
there's no way.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, ain't no way.
W, Doc. And that's the point. That's the point. Direct attack on women, MAGA, and you're doing this. And you know, he says things like, you know, when you hear him say things like this, what did he say? Remember when he said this? Let's see.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Remember that?
Yes. We got some protection, okay? We got some protection, okay? Not only that, you know, I just look across the board with all of this dumb. These are the most dumbest people I ever saw. Sitting up talking that crap about that one study. And that's probably, it wasn't a gold standard rule that they utilized to complete the study. That's a bunch of crap.
Thank you.
And this misinformation. And I'm going to tell women, if you in here, don't listen to him.
Thank you.
Don't listen to him.
Thank you.
And just some months from now, I'm going to have my own practice.
Oh.
I'm working on my nurse practitioner.
Let's go.
Now.
Thank you.
I'm working on it now.
Right.
So now,
Thank
when
you.
I'm done, I want to be able to help people.
Amen.
And provide you with solid, sound
Amen.
research.
Amen. Amen.
We don't need people not believing in the science.
Thank you.
You see what's happening? Your kids are going to get hurt messing with these people.
Facts. No lie. No lies detected. W, Doc. All right, Doc. Well, listen, I'm going to try to move it on, my good friend. All right. And I need you to keep the faith and understand you're not out here alone. A lot of us see it and we're pushing back. All right. Every step of the way. When what I want is this. I want Donald Trump to think, when he thinks about trying his next move, I want him to think, now how is Doc going to react to that if I do this? I want him to have that in the back of his mind. You get what I mean? Because it just might be the thing that stops him at some point, you know? And he's going to think, and not just Doc, the whole country, hopefully, right?
The whole country feel that way.
Yeah.
You grinding your teeth.
Yeah.
You grinding your teeth when you talking. And all girl, it's like you ready to just jump on somebody
Yeah.
like you a lion. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah. And that's why you got to get out here and shut down this misinformation and this disinformation in real time. All right, because before, I'll be honest, and then I got to move it on. When Trump was in office the first time, this is the one thing, if I could say I really regret it. I actually believed that his supporters would, eventually see him for who he really was. I really did believe that, and that the whole country would actually figure out who he really was, right? So I didn't take him serious. You know what I mean? And now I
But we should have
recognize,
took him.
huh?
Yeah, we should take him serious
Yeah,
because he's a complete, you know what? He is. He
yeah,
always
yeah,
have been.
yeah, yeah,
A straight up moron, not a critical thinker,
yeah.
nothing impressive
Mm-hmm.
comes out his mouth, nothing
Yeah,
for someone else to say that you care for the next person. That he's all
yeah,
devoid
yeah,
of all of that.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm over it. I'm
yeah,
over it. I'm scratching my nails
yeah. I get
at
it.
the TV
I get it.
because he making us. I said I got to get up off here because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I end up in a mental health
Insane
hospital
asylum. Oh
myself.
my God. Oh my God. Well, all right, Doc. Doc. All right, sis. Thank
Oh,
you.
and when that guy come back and he talk about that
That
what
climate
was he
change.
talking about? Yeah, climate
Yeah.
change.
He don't believe in science.
Right, he don't believe in science, but he need to realize that the carbon emissions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Greenhouse gases, those things contribute to
Uh-oh, you got reported, Doc. Uh-oh. Visibility restricted. Oh my God, the live got reported. Lord have mercy. I don't know what that was about, but you know what? Obviously there's a lot of haters out here, but thank you, Doc, so much for coming up here. We did what we could. My goodness. Oh, you said that's good? Why is that good? You think it's okay silencing people for getting up here and speaking out and telling the truth? What a shame. Oh my gosh, what a shame, MAGA. What a shame. What a shame. Y'all can't stand seeing black folks having a good time.
Silence, you MAGA Dayton.
Let me go ahead and give you cryberries once again another reminder about how I run my show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
and you do,
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy
right,
in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
and you do,
very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
See?
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
W Zeus. See, and that's what I mean. When folks get in my box, they want me to be angry, right? So that I could crash out and then the live goes down. So I don't do it. And I've been doing this for such a long time. Nothing these people actually say to me bothers me. It gets frustrating at times, though, when they don't want to have a conversation because, they all come up here with their it's like Bruce Lee. You ever seen Bruce Lee? They all come in the box with their various styles of martial arts, so to speak. And I'm just like, okay, all you got to do is talk. Like, okay, because all that other stuff, we all know that's just for show. And Kabira did a great job calling it out. It's just for show when you're interrupting me and then trying to stop me in the middle of making a point, or I could just steamroll you the whole time because I'm the host. People want to hear the actual conversation so that they can pick apart what's going on and make the decision for themselves. And MAGA, your inability to actually have a conversation about what you believe is actually going to be your downfall, because what it does is it shows us all how much you really don't know. At the end of the day, we all see it on full display. All right. As soon as you start opening up your mouth and I start throwing out my questions and we start talking, then you know what? We all know where they're going to end up. Where are they going to end up? Joe Biden. They're going to end up at some point bringing up President Biden. They're going to end up at some point bringing up Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. It's the same thing with all of you. And it's because you really don't believe what you're saying. We know you don't believe what you're saying. And every conspiracy that you've brought into me in one way or another, it gets debunked in real time. And your ignorance and your pride, you will still walk away from this show thinking, I cooked Zeus. I cooked the kingdom. I'm the intelligent one. And we're all sitting out here going, how are you the smart one when none of the stuff Donald Trump promised you is actually being done, right? Grocery prices, and there's a list. They go, Zeus, you got a script? No, I got one of these, a brain. Grocery prices, unemployment, what else? Inflation, all of this stuff is going in the wrong direction. What we're seeing is the farmers, people who voted for Trump, they're regretting their vote. People getting kicked off of Medicaid, Medicare, their SNAP benefits being cut. What's going on? He's not ending any of these conflicts, but man, he sure is getting richer and richer every single day. Every day this man comes up with a new scam to take money from you, his supporters. $1,000 H-1B visas. Are you kidding me? Every year, $100,000. Whoa. We're Tylenol bad. Tylenol bad. Really, champ? Really? Tylenol bad. Okay. But we can't get those Epstein files, huh? He can't get us those Epstein files to save his life. He can do everything under the sun. Why can't the Epstein files be released? Oh, because Democrat judges, well, the Supreme Court seems to be helping you out quite a bit, champ. Are you sure? Don't tell them that. Let's get back to Charlie Kirk. I mean, you all keep falling for the okie doke, like Kamala Harris just said. And we're sitting here listening to you every day. And the most embarrassing thing, and I know I'm going off topic, but the most embarrassing thing that I've ever seen in my life, it's like Straight Facts said, blagga, naga. That's the most embarrassing thing, because number one, most of y'all probably ain't graduated college, all right, at all. Even though there's opportunities for you to do it, you didn't take advantage of that. But you're sitting out there in your feelings. Ain't picked up a book. And when the last time you picked up a book? Why is that important, Zeus? Let's talk about Kamala Harris, because that's what they do when they don't have an answer. Because if you was reading, you wouldn't be getting in my box asking me about climate change. You would already know. You would know about the periodic table and the elements on it and stuff like that, and how, yeah, maybe it occurs in nature naturally, but what's happening right now is unnatural. When the engines are combusting, factories and refineries are putting that pollution out in the air. That's unnatural, but you don't want to talk about that with your special behind. And you want to get up here, blagga in particular, and they really want to sit here and act like they're going to convince all of us. This is why I say blagga. They're going to be the first person. It's like a scary movie. Who dies first in a scary movie? Who dies first in the scary movie? Does anybody know when there's black folks in there? Who dies first? Does anyone know? BLK. Yeah, black are gonna be the first people getting whacked by Donald Trump, and it's already starting. Because they don't think fat meat is greasy. All right, so they're gonna think that when it all comes to a crescendo, to a focal point, they all think that these people, and Q-Dog always brings it up, the Triple K, they really have convinced themselves, MAGA, black I should say, they have convinced themselves that the party they're in now that actually includes the Triple K they vote alongside, they've convinced themselves that that's better because the Triple K was founded by the Democrats, all right, back in the day. This is how they think. Okay, but where are they at? They're still in the South, right, to a certain degree. But they don't know about the party switch. They don't understand any of that stuff. And so they said, okay, the enemy is where it started, not where it's at. What kind of logic does that make? That's like me forever tying you to a person you've dated. You dated them years ago. So guess what? You're still in a relationship with them. This is how blagga thinks. And they think that makes them intelligent. No, it doesn't make you intelligent. It makes you ignorant. All right? And I got to tell blagga this. There's nothing you can say to me to convince me that you voting to uphold white supremacy is you showing me you care about black folks. It doesn't. No, it does not. It never. You could never convince me that you got to vote to be oppressed in order to get free. And I said this happened already in the Civil War. This is how the folks in the South stayed enslaved. W. Kabira. Yeah, the black folks in the South. They had been so manipulated and bamboozled. And this is why I say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. If you ever seen that commercial, this is your brain, and then they put the egg there and they go, this is your brain with rugs. And then they show it. That's a blagga brain. All right. I'll uphold white supremacy for you if that means I get my freedom. This is how they act. I'll continue to uphold white supremacy because I believe at some point you're going to give me my freedom. And I'll go out there and I'll go ahead and fight my own kind. Y'all got to be ignorant. Y'all got to be ignorant. And no one show, no one conversation on TikTok with me is going to fix that. It ain't. And I know that. And that's why I just sit there and I just let them talk. Okay, go ahead. Show me how ignorant you are. All right. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. All right. That's a huge W, Zeus. I might get reported for that, but that's about as mean as I'll get today, all right? If I go any deeper, they're going to get me, all right? Let me move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring up my sister, Takesha. Good morning, Takesha. Welcome. How are you doing? Gregory, zip it. You don't even know how to spell conservative. Good morning, Takesha.
Hey, Zeus.
Hey, how are you?
I cook you, Zeus. You still getting that money from DNC, Zeus?
Oh, you jealous?
Cause I cook you, Zeus.
What'd you cook me with?
We talking about climate change, Zeus. There's no such thing, Zeus.
Oh, okay. You know,
man, I got so tired of that tie-tongue turtle. He would get on my nerves so bad. I was so glad Cabrillo got up in the box and went on to school right quick because he was getting on my last nerves.
Thank you. Yeah. But he revealed himself to you, didn't he? He always do.
Zeus, he revealed himself to me months ago.
Yeah.
That went on food with him, Zeus. Mm-hmm. But listen.
Talk to him, Takesha. Takesha. Go ahead, get it. She ain't lying.
I was watching a TikTok and and this guy broke it down, and I'm going to break it down to you. There's a company called I Heard. They produce phenolic acid, which is what Dr. Oz is suggesting people take, for the autism.
Oh.
Dr. Oz is on the board of I Heard. And he invested money into I Heard. It's a money grab.
It's a money grab. Initially, I'll be honest with you. I initially looked at it like it was a play, right? So if I tell everybody don't take they stuff over there, right? We keep it real simple, right? We out here on the streets selling whatever, and I say, oh, they stuff is bad for you. Ain't that like putting them out of business in a way?
Absolutely, Zeus. I didn't want to repeat it until I read it.
Yeah.
And I read it last night and I said, wow, he's on the board. He put money in. They produce, I heard the company produces phenolic acid.
Huh.
And now all of a sudden, that's what you're pushing for autism.
Pushes.
Some money grab.
So you take one thing off the streets and you put another thing back on the streets. That's how I processed what was happening yesterday. Because you just don't knock somebody off the block like that without bringing in something. That's how I looked at it, and I just like, oh wow. Because he sure didn't seem like he had any science to back up what he was saying. He didn't even know how to read and say the word right.
Zeus, if Tylenol is linked to autism, all of us will have autism.
Yeah.
We've been taking Tylenol, Zeus, since Tylenol has been in existence. I took it when I was pregnant. Neither one of my children have autism.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of people that didn't take it, children have autism.
That part.
I want them to stop using these children as pawns for profit.
Ooh. I like.
I'm gonna say it again. I want them to stop using these babies as pawns for profit.
Facts.
Enough is enough. Yeah. They know that these people who have kids with autism would really love to give their children some normalcy. So what they're doing is cruel.
Yeah.
They are playing around with these children's lives and playing around with these parents' hopes for profit. And it is not right, Zeus. Now we got Flip Hair over here in the UK cussing and talking about these people's country, embarrassing us, keep saying he our president, which is very embarrassing over here. Yeah. They talk about we respected all over. No, we're not.
No, we ain't.
We're not respected here. So I know we're not respected nowhere else. You don't even know how to talk when you go to other countries.
Sure don't.
You over there saying any and everything that makes absolutely no sense. And those people sitting in that room saying to themselves, yeah, we're going to have to go and break ties with these fools.
Embarrassing.
I can't, Zeus. I cannot. Yeah. But I want to tell Doc this. Don't let Trump scare you.
Nope.
Trump only has the power that the people give him.
Ooh.
God is the most powerful being ever. When he get ready to do what he gonna do to Trump, he gonna do it. He just keep getting him a little rope, and eventually he gonna pull him in.
Yeah. He's trying to get
Don't
him to
wreck your
repent.
nerves over Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't got no power that the Lord don't allow him. Let me say, allow him to have. He is trying to give Trump a chance to get himself together.
Amen.
He ain't even paying no attention to the grace that God has given him. And sooner or later, God gonna get tired. He gonna say, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah. It
So
happens
don't
to all
stress
of us.
yourself over Trump.
It happens to all of us because, there was a time in my life where I was trying to act like, I couldn't be bothered. I knew it all. And you know what? Got my attention. And guess what? I sat my special behind down. Yes, Lord, W. Takesha.
Absolutely.
You got at a certain point, you're going to realize you ain't in control.
You are not in control. And once he gone on and throw that, let him know you're not in control. I got you now.
Yeah.
Y'all just need to pray for peace.
Yeah.
And let peace abide.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump can't do nothing to you.
Nope. No. Huh. He said I can't say it. Well, I'm going to say it right now. Yeah. He said I can't take this Tylenol. I'm about to take one now. Huh.
Yeah, go get you a Tylenol.
I might do it.
Get the 500 capsule.
Hey, I might do it now. Just to show him I got the freedom to do it. You can't stop Big Zeus.
Absolutely, Zeus.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But that's all I want to let you know what I had read about, Dr. Oz and his connection to iHerb and their production of folinic acid. That's what I want to let you know.
Well, thank you for bringing that up because it's very important that we address the fact that once again the Trump administration they're using children. Oh, I got another appeal. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh my God. They on your boy this morning. Yeah, it's very important to bring it up that they're using the children to profit. Once
Correct.
again, there's just no level of lowness they'll get. Seriously.
There is not, Zeus.
Yeah.
But you have you a great day.
I will. All right. Thank you, sister.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, W. Takesha. No lies detected. I might want to calm down. You see why I'm not as as some of my amazing guests get to be. It's because they can do I want to call it, they can do the dirty work, all right? But not me. I'm the host. So to the panelists that get up here, understand I'm the host. There's only so far I'm going to go, and then you know what? You can just do whatever you want to do. I'm not getting in the gutter. I'm not getting in the gutter with some of you folks, all right? It's just not worth it, all right? A lot of people, they wake up every morning. Thank you, Kabira. I didn't want to say you were in the gutter, but you know what I mean. A lot of people wake up in the morning, and I go real early, and I value that a lot of you work so hard, and having you tune in and listening to what I say, it does mean the world to me. And so with that, I don't want to abuse that privilege that I've been given by just simply doing whatever comes to mind, and that might mean, my life might get taken down. So I tend to exercise restraint, but I do acknowledge there's others out here who can probably say things in a way that drive the point home a lot better than I. And so that's why I run the platform that I do. I mean, I know a lot of you like hearing what I say, but I can only do so much as Big Zeus. Because they have already, look at this, it's like the 6th time I've been reported this morning. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. Oh my gosh. Yes. Good morning, Nutty. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm going to try to squeeze as many of us in as I can. So Nutty, you're going to have to be short and sweet. Let's play it that way so I can try to get at least a few more in here before I get up out of here. Nutty, going once. Snuggles, are you reporting me? Now, Snuggles, I have a different relationship with Snuggles. I have zero issues with being mean to Snuggles. I really don't, because when you start thinking about he's a cry bully. Snuggles is a cry bully. All right. And he knows what I mean. Appeal approved. Oh, wow. My appeal got approved. So that's one restriction lifted. Oh my gosh. It says, okay, that's one restriction that ended. All right. So you never know. That's a huge victory. Nutty, there's something wrong. All right. Let's move it along. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving it along. All right. Who do we have next? All right. I haven't heard from Q Dog all week. Good morning, Q Dog. All right. Short and sweet, brother. Good morning. How are you doing? Dr. Keisha, you said you and Dr. Sharon want to come up. All right. I'll try to squeeze y'all in. All right.
I'll be sure for you to bring them up.
Yes.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Every day, y'all come in here every day and y'all report this man's life like y'all don't have anything else better to do
Yeah.
with y'all lives. You come in
Mm-hmm.
here not to get educated. You come in
Yeah.
here and not to learn a damn thing.
Yeah.
Only thing you come in here to do is promote more havoc.
Mm-hmm.
If you got this much energy, why don't we see y'all out in the streets like US gang?
Yeah.
We don't see you in the streets. We don't see you on TikTok on your panels creating your own lives and none of that.
Yeah.
You come to this man's live every day.
Yeah. And
And then
they
when he
get
goes
mad at
to
you, Q Dog, right? I saw what Dark Maga Scott said to you, assuming the only way you could take care of your family is through illegal means, right?
see the thing is with Dark Maga, I'm not gonna say what I said on Angie's live yesterday because Mama Zeus is listening, but he knows what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
We know what time it
Yeah.
is with him. He's probably in a 10 by 10 apartment somewhere up north.
Mm-hmm.
Can barely pay the rent there.
Yeah.
And
Right?
1 week he's making a decision:
Right.
should I eat? Should I eat or pay my bills? So we ain't got time for
And
that.
it's
He
going to
talked
get
about
worse for him because when his Medicaid and his Medicare gets cut and his SNAP benefits get cut, now he's going to say, should I eat? Should I get my tooth fixed? Because probably only one tooth hanging out of his mouth, maybe two with
exactly. But wait a
gingivitis
minute.
and
He
stuff.
said first he said he runs a multi-million-dollar business. Then it went to $1 billion. Then he said, "Oh, I work for someone who has that type of business."
Yeah.
Which one is it?
They can't keep their lies straight.
He's in Fantasy Island.
Yeah, they can't keep their lies straight.
He's that short little sucker talk about the plane boss. That's him all day, every day.
Yeah. And you know what? We should pray for these people, honestly. Even though it's so difficult to do, we should really pray. God, please help this man get a toothbrush and some Listerine and take care of that gingivitis because you shouldn't have to live like that in the United
I
States.
tell you this,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
God ain't through with me yet.
Amen.
So every last one of these MAGA blagger, they all can go straight to hell.
Yeah.
Because they on their way anyway. They already got their ticket booked and got their bags packed. We're just waiting on.
It's like a shopping bag, right? You ever seen them black bags you get out of the liquor store, so to speak? I haven't been to the liquor store, but those are the bags they use when they pack. Ain't that sad?
Oh yeah. They don't even have that. They got them brown paper bags with their clothes in. They don't have nothing else going on but for themselves.
Yeah.
This is their time to shine.
Yeah.
Because the rest of their life is terrible. Mm-hmm. So they get on here to try to talk as much as they can to get acknowledged, whether it's in the chat or come up on the panel.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's why I say you got to be mindful when, the Bible says pray for your enemies, but he didn't say what to pray for, right?
Right.
And that's why when I see Tiny Tank Top Tim and, his sidekick, MAGA Queen, and I'm like, I'm praying for him. Lord, please allow these folks to at least get a pack of Top Ramen today and eat so they won't be so mean. And that's because Top Ramen's good, right? Maybe it's not healthy for you, but you got to help so they can actually start to see there's things out there that they can actually get if they focus.
Yeah, it's so high in sodium, they might as well go ahead and get it and just take them, do what they do with their health.
All right, and can you give them some Tylenol with that?
Give them some Tylenol and MAGA,
like that.
MAGA Queen, aka Megatron from the Transformers. Yeah. All day long, because I swear she sounded like one of them Decepticons when she got up on it. Hard to talk.
Yeah.
Hope you listen to MAGA Queen, because I promise you should do voiceovers for new Transformer movies. You definitely should, because
and it could bring in a lot of income, so it's not a knock if it's going to help you. And again, what we're trying to do is uplift folks.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to help her. I'm trying to help her out. I'm trying to help her get out of that closed-in room with wooden panel walls.
Yeah.
And sitting in that old chair that's probably got an imprint of a butt since the 1970s. She up in here. She's up in here.
She doesn't want to talk to me though, Q Dog. She said the video that I posted of her, and it's on my page. You can go listen to it, where she said, "I love Donald Trump." she doesn't. She says it's not a real good reflection of who she truly is as a person, and that she would like for me to take it down. And so I'm struggling with that, but I might take it down. And you know what, MAGA Queen? Here's me being nice. If you get up here and you apologize to all of us for the way you royally offended us, and you hurt my feelings when you said that I'm jealous of you. If you get up here and apologize, I might actually take it down. All right, and that's me being sincere.
But you know one thing,
And
Zeus, because you're so kind to these MAGA rats. You notice when she came up, she didn't mention my name not once. I'm the one that was straight roasting your behind, but she kept talking about Zeus. You're jealous of me, lady. Go recharge your microphone that goes through your throat, and then come back up here when you have a better sounding voice. Because I couldn't understand half the stuff she was saying.
Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say that I'm a perfect person, but these are the areas that I'm genuinely weak in, because I think it's necessary to leave it up there. All right. For now, until we really get you to a place of true repentance. All right. And so that's what we're going to do until we get people to a place of true repentance. But let that be a message to all you MAGA demons out there. Don't worry about what man has to say about your behavior. Always keep in mind the good Lord is listening to you. All right? Because he's going to be the one that ultimately gives you your final judgment, so to speak. All right? Seriously.
Exactly. Oh yeah, somebody else put in there. You could be the new Darth Vader too.
I'm your father, Zeus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything's
We got a
possible.
lot of options for you, MAGA Queen. You know what I'm saying? You can get yourself out of that MAGA rut.
Yeah.
Come on up here. We'll help you get to where you need to be at.
Yeah.
Because I know it's hard to live off one pack of ramen noodles a week.
There you go.
And
See?
hot water.
That's
So,
mighty
yeah.
kind of you, Q Dog. That is WQ Dog. That's so kind of you, bro. Look at that. We're not hateful. We spread love.
Definitely,
All right, bro.
definitely. All right, bro.
We're gonna
I
bring up
appreciate
some
you
new,
coming up.
ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Q Dog. No lies. No lies detected.
Salute, bro.
Salute. Alrighty then. Oh, he's back. All right, guess he's back. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got your boy working super hard today. Nutty, yes.
If you even take that video down, I will come to the Bay Area and I will physically fight you myself. Don't you dare.
Why?
Don't you dare.
Don't we need to be compassionate,
No.
Christ-like?
No. And furthermore, you said something this morning that yeah, I'm like cap with that. So the young lady that you played that saw the light that came out of the MAGA cult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you're talking about we need to get boy bye. We ain't giving no grace, because how did that work out for us with HVAC? How did that work out for us? How did that work out for us when we said, you know what, you finally seen the light, we're going to accept you. You know what? Yes, come out of your cult, but you know what? Since they like to, talk about purgatory, we're going to put a purgatory here on earth that you got to stay in for 8 years for repentance before we accept you, because we're not going to trust you. Absolutely not. Because how is it that now you've seen the light because you had a conversation with God, and we've been telling you here on earth for the last 10 years about this man called Satan? How can you believe in me? How can you love me, a person whom you cannot see, and cannot love your brother whom you see every day?
Yeah.
The devil is a lie.
W Nutty. All right. Somebody said we should put them on probation. Maybe that's what I should have said.
Yeah, their probation is for 8 years.
Okay. And they have to show us when they go vote who they're voting for. And I know people don't like it when I say that, but how else are we going to know?
So, Mr. Zeus, 1943. 1943 is the year Tylenol was introduced to the United States of America.
How old was I?
Pardon me. My bad. I'm incorrect. 1943 is the first year autism was diagnosed here in the United States. 1943.
Oh, okay. See, you got to get it right.
That's why I corrected myself. It was 12 years later Tylenol was introduced.
Okay.
12 years later. So you mean to tell me this thing that is helping millions of people is causing autism, but autism was diagnosed before this thing was even created.
Ain't that something?
Like the sense of it all.
Yeah.
The sense of it all.
They think that we are as ignorant as the base, his base. That's what they do. I really do believe that. Donald Trump and his cabinet thinks the rest of the country are as ignorant as his base.
So listen, I don't talk about my family.
Yeah.
On this app, but I have a 30-year-old son with autism. I have a 30-year-old son with autism.
Interesting.
And life has been hard. It's been hard because you have someone that sees life differently than you do. That there are certain things, yes, they know right from wrong.
Yeah.
But they see things differently. They handle their emotions differently than we do.
Yeah.
And I used to use the term like normal people, and I found myself being disgusted with myself using that term because I needed to normalize my son.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me just because someone has a neurological issue that we should just throw them away?
Now,
I'm not gonna do that with my son.
Amen.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's the devil telling you to do that. Don't do that.
But one of the biggest things that I've noticed, Zeus,
Yeah.
is that he's way smarter than the quote unquote normal people that we're interacting with on a daily basis. Like there's a line there. There's a line there where they are absolute geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm y'all listen. How can we continue talking about autism in this manner when we have someone sitting in the White House that performs worse than any autistic person on the planet? Like you're trying to give a speech on acetaminophen, you can't pronounce it. I will believe in Dr. Seuss before I believe in Dr. Oz.
And the Cat in the Hat, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's my favorite, and it does cure if you read it and you read it 2 times, 3 times a day.
Listen, man, listen. I listen to this moron speak at the United Nations.
Green eggs and ham.
I listened to him speak. It was beyond an embarrassment.
Dino says Biden was worse.
You know what? Fine. I'm not even going to argue with you because I'm not going to lose brain cells of trying to argue with stupidity. Because that was the dumbest comments. And I'm being very reserved because that's not what I want to say.
Got it. Dino, zip it.
But so, yeah, any of all that. So you saw that video I sent you that conservative D sent me.
Yeah. The George Floyd, making fun of George Floyd. Yeah. CD.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have did that, CD.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm giving it credence is because I want to call him out on his racism. Because anyone
so we have somebody to send to hell this morning?
Oh, you know what? I'm sending him deeper than hell. If there was a place deeper than hell that I could think of, that I could create.
We're going to send him to the trenches inside of the lake of fire.
His butt is going there.
Mariana Trench in the lake of fire.
Satan right now is looking at CD and saying, dang, dude, I didn't tell you to hold my beer. Because he got worse than Satan himself. But it goes to show you how threatened they are by black men. And it doesn't even matter if that black man is still breathing or not. Even in his grave, that black man is threatening conservative Democrat that he had to post a video like he posted.
Sick.
It is absolutely sick. And I hope he comes up on the panel, but he doesn't have the balls to come up on this panel.
Well, what we'll do is this, King Nutty. What we'll do is this. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire for our conservative Democrat, CD. Val said CD means cross-dresser, I think. If not, I'm sorry, Val, to have said that, but I think you told me back in the day that's what CD stood for, and I think that's what's going on with him. And he won't just own it, right? He's a sick man. His brain is fried. He worships Donald Trump. He wears military fatigues, but then he puts lingerie on underneath. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send conservative Democrat where he came from straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Zeus, it's one thing to even have that video and send it out to and share it out to people.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to specifically send it to black men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's a message behind that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a message behind that. So, CD, I'm going to say this to you because I know you're lurking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you can't even get your own white women to love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, CD. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, you know, they continue to want to come over to the dark side. I'm sorry that, you know, the thing that's in between our legs, we don't need a microscope for. I'm sorry about that.
Well,
Actually, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, we don't need to apologize.
No, I'm not sorry about it.
But it is what it is. All right. And
but here's the thing, CD. I know a lot of white men who can pull game just as much as we can. That's because they're a decent human being. So why don't you try being a decent human being and maybe women will start gravitating to you.
Thank you, Nutty, for ending it on a high note.
Brother, I appreciate you.
All right.
I appreciate you. You have a good day.
All right, W Nutty. Whom the Lord loveth, the Lord chaseth, right? And so what this is evidence that, you know, we work with the spirit of kindness and the fruits of the spirit, so to speak, all right? And we're going to continue to do that, all right? Because it's very, very important that we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who do we got next? Oh, my goodness. All right. Val, good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus. Good morning, Kingdom.
Good morning.
Here's my thoughts on what I'm witnessing after today and all the different things that have gone on. Because it's been kind of a scattered day, right?
Correct.
So here's all the things that I'm witnessing. Everybody is concerned about every little single issue that is on their mind and not paying attention to the big picture of how this all connects. And that is where, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the problem lies, because we can talk about these single issues. We can go back to Biden. We can go all the way back to, you know, Ronald Reagan. We can do whatever we want to do, right?
Okay.
You know, we're on an app that allows us to do these things. But the thing is this, when it comes to how our government runs, there's a big picture. When you look at things like what happened and like what Takesha brought up with Tylenol, which is absolutely true, you've got to see that as a problem. You've got to see that as the government, somebody in the government trying to make money off the American people at hurting individuals while they're doing it. And we've seen this from this administration, not just now, but we've seen it in their first administration. Everybody forget the horse tranquilizer, you know, so, you know, those are, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that we keep seeing over and over. And I'm going to be just bluntly honest with everybody. I don't care if you're right or left. You need to understand that messing with our health is a giant problem. When you have somebody in office like RFK, that I want to mind everybody, is already, in my opinion, fully responsible for several children unaliving in American Samoa. Okay.
Yeah.
And with the same type of policies that he tried, that was his test run. Okay. Now he's trying to do this to the American people. There's some things we can all agree on. We have food supply issues, things like that we need to address in this country.
Yeah.
But it needs to be addressed by people that actually understand the science and the medical issues that go on behind it.
Amen.
Not people that sell us a bill of goods like they're getting something done, but are really actually hurting American people. RFK right now is one of the most dangerous people in this country when it comes to American health. Period. End story. Full stop.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're right or left. We need to call that out. This man needs to go away.
Amen.
We need to have somebody in that office that fully understands. I do not know why we give it to attorneys sometimes and doctors sometimes, but that needs to be a doctor. and somebody that actually knows what's going on with our health, somebody that will actually put together teams of people to actually make sure we're getting correct information. Because right now we're not. We all know this Tylenol thing's a big joke.
True.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, we're up here arguing about what should be considered a joke. This is ridiculous.
Amen. Amen. W Val, there you go. And speaking of that, I'm going to try to see if Dr. Keisha and Dr. Sharon can come up and help send us off. All right. And
absolutely. Dr. Keisha would be the perfect person on this because she's actually, I want to tell you about Dr. Keisha for a second. This is a lady that works with a team of other doctors that is putting together groups of people on several platforms that are actually trying to give us real information about what's happening in this country today, because right now we can't get it for ourselves with any kind of facts behind it. I want you all to think about that. Doctors are having to work outside of government to try to get you information that every American should have.
There you
Thank you.
W Val.
Thank you, Val.
We're going to end it with these three guests, and then I got to get out of here. So, hello, Dr. Keisha. Hello, Dr. Sharon.
I need you to put me on the big screen real quick because I had to get beat this morning. I had to get beat this morning for the rapture. Right? The rapture's supposed to be today. Yeah. So I'm ready for the rapture, y'all. I'm ready, Dr. Sharon.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, I'm ready, too.
The rapture, y'all, the rapture is for real coming with what happened yesterday, right, Dr. Sharon? I mean,
Correct.
The worst was not yesterday. The worst was the Thursday and Friday ASIP meeting when we
Dr. Keisha's frozen.
I'm frozen? Are you frozen? Am I frozen?
She's moving fine for me.
Okay, yeah, she was frozen for me, but I could see her now. Dr. Sharon, are you at work? Okay, so what was really concerning was what happened on Thursday and Friday at the ASIP committee. For those who don't know, that was the vaccine panel. Several groups came to that meeting, and I think I told you about this, but one of the groups that did not come was the Academy of Pediatrics because they wanted to debate. They wanted to have a sit-down debate like you guys like we do on TikTok with medical professionals. And they weren't having it. And at the end, they said, do not trust a doctor that won't debate you.
Wow.
They wanted to dismantle the MMR because according to Trump, I guess there's 80 immunization shots that kids get, which is a farce.
Wow.
They wanted to dismantle the vaccine and make more shots out of it than the MMRV is. They also wanted to, do away with hepatitis at birth because he said it's an STI. Which we know is a lie, right?
Right.
You can actually get it from contact with parents or caregivers, which is what they give it.
Can I tell you that I've seen at least one contact transmission of hepatitis in one of my patients, and her father has hepatitis. She had been taking care of him, and she ended up positive. I don't know.
From caregiving, right, Dr. Sharon?
From caregiving for her dad. She ended up with hepatitis.
Wow.
Right. So for those who think it's not possible, it absolutely is possible. I have seen it, and I have another personal friend of mine. His hepatitis B vaccine had waned, and he did not know until he ended up in the emergency room with jaundice.
Wow.
Basically liver failure, right?
Liver failure.
Yes, liver failure.
Don't let me go get a picture of the liver.
Wait a second. What's that about? It turns into liver failure?
You get yes.
You call this cirrhosis of the liver and sometimes hepatocellular carcinoma.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So these are serious illnesses. We're not making this up. I promise you.
Wow. So what do you think the attacking about all the vaccines are really all about then? Is this a profit move that he's just trying to do? Or what do you think is the angle behind it?
Which one? For Hep B?
Yeah, well that one too, but all the vaccines, and then yesterday he brought up Tylenol. I wanted to know, what is this all about based on what the doctors are seeing? You're out there in the fields.
we listened to it yesterday, and I told Dr. Sharon, I was like, I think that he's getting his feet wet with acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
Okay.
In the video, so you can pronounce it.
Wow, that's a big word. It's a big word. Let's be honest.
Well, if it's a big word, understanding it is even bigger. But he's getting his feet wet with that because he mentioned vaccines, all the kids, all the stuff they stuff your kids with. Y'all, he uses these words. We need to use the same words with the immunization, with the viruses. That virus, the way it ravages your body, we got to start just speaking simple with it and stop with the numbers, because that scared people when he said that they're trying to shoot. So he's going to go for all the immunizations next, which ACIP is already doing. Well, the fake ACIP is already doing. All of our groups have already telling you guys what to do. ACOG was there, strong. Shout out to ACOG. ACOG put out a statement on acetaminophen. But
So let me tell them what ACOG is. So ACOG is the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology. That is my personal governing board.
He has to go back and sign up for it.
Yes. Be quiet. That is my personal governing board. That I turn to. The CDC also previously in the past. I can't no longer trust the CDC with the leadership currently. But when you have all these medical boards or medical governance, making recommendations, that the recommendations have been there for years, for decades. Demonstrated by science and medicine that Tylenol is safe. So when he sits in, he tell a patient to tough it out. Okay, what happened if the patient comes with 104 fever? What happened if they come in with pyelonephritis, pneumonia?
Right.
Right? I see this all the time. A migraine. What are you telling me?
I need my Tylenol.
So he hasn't given you a solution to what to do in those situations?
He said to tough it out. But also, you do know what these studies, what he failed to say, and Dr. Hotez talked about this yesterday. He said that there are some possible links, but not direct links, associations with autism spectrum disorder, and we shouldn't vilify those on the spectrum, right? It's just a variation of normal. But those on the spectrum associated with valproic acid. So there's other medications that's used for seizures sometimes.
Yeah.
There's an association, but he said Tylenol is like at the bottom of the list. But that's an easy grab because it's over the counter. And yeah, they're going to sell something. Somebody said yesterday, let's go look and see what stock is going to come up after Tylenol goes down.
Sad. What a shame. That's how sick this is becoming. I know that you hear what they're saying. The people are booing it because we know this is like Takesha said. They're profiting off the children, it looks like. And it's sad. My other question I had, which is, so toughing it out, isn't that a way to save money when it comes to visiting the doctor? Because if you tough it out, why go to the doctor, right?
Yeah, but okay, so this is, but that's not going to happen, right?
Oh.
What's going to happen is that, patients are going to be at home scared.
Yeah.
Feeling that, well, I can't take Tylenol. They're not going to tough it out. They're going to come into the hospital.
Still.
And then I'm going to they're going to come to the hospital. They're going to call.
So it's going to make it go the other way. Okay.
That's going to make it. And you remember what happened with cancer? People are cancer shaming people, saying it's because you did X, Y, Z. We're going to start shaming people or parents that have children. Like, I even started to think that a little bit when I have a child with a neurological disorder. And we got to stop shaming people for it. These things happen. I'm like, did I do something, take something? And now people are going to start to shame themselves and think because they took acetaminophen, that's why their child is like that.
That's sad. That's sad. That's the saddest thing I've heard.
Actually, just to add to what Dr. Keisha said, I actually had a patient that called me and asked me if I had ever recommended her taking Tylenol in her pregnancy. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yes, I kid you not. I wish I was making
so they could turn around and sue you.
That's what I was going to tell Sharon. I was like, Sharon, y'all are about to get lawsuits up the
Exactly. I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell you that. I have no idea.
RFK Jr. is going to have a team ready for it. Y'all, this is disgusting. He's going to have a team ready for these lawsuits for y'all.
Yeah.
Well, is Tylenol doing anything, do you know of, to at least push back and respond? Are they suing the Trump administration? I mean, because in a way, I don't know the exact term, but what comes to my mind is the word malpractice. In a way, what he was doing and saying yesterday, I mean, he's not a doctor, so you can't sue the president for
So,
malpractice, right?
but this is the thing. It is illegal to give medical advice without a license. So when he said
He
yesterday,
just did that. Yes.
that's exactly what he did.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
There you go.
it's illegal. I'm like, did he just give medical advice?
He
Yes, he
did.
did.
He just gave medical
He sure
advice.
did.
Dr. Sharon, he told them what to do instead of you, girl. He's like, I got it.
Wow.
I'm going to tell the other persons what to do.
Now, so I guess the consensus is, should the average American listen to what Donald Trump advised them yesterday medically or not? Based on, I mean,
No.
you can't say for certainty, but what are your thoughts?
Okay, after this, I personally think y'all need to put on those shades. Those people that go to the gym and wear the shades. I saw this athlete do it. I'm like, why is he doing that? And he does it to filter out the noise. You got to filter out the noise now. We saw that. We already know it's about to go bad. Y'all got to stay with us. You got to stay with the MDs that are actually, now, I said there are some fake MDs and there are some MDs that are not like us. I've listed those before. There's quite a few of them. But you got to stay with the MDs that are practicing evidence-based medicine, that are board certified with an active license. And if somebody tells you they're a doctor and they can't tell you where they practice or what type of doctor they are, don't trust them.
All right. All right. Well, listen, you two, Big Zeus has to rock and roll and get up out of here. All right. But
Dr. Sharon, I think she wanted to say something last.
Oh, go for it.
No, yeah. So, and another thing is that you're able to look up your doctor on the medical board, whatever, because we all have a government. Yes.
If you can't look up doctors, NPI number and a board number, if you can't look up a person on here, and there's a couple people on our site on here, and if you ask them, they're really vague. They're not.
Yeah.
Where do you look them up at? Where do you look the doctors up at?
On the medical board.
Yeah. So ask them with the board specialty. So Dr. Sharon's OB. I'm cytopath, anatomic, and clinical pathology. You can look on the board of where they're specialized to see if they got board certified in that specialty that they claim. There's some people that say they're a board certified physician. There's no such thing. You have a specialty. Then every doctor has a license to practice in the state.
Oh.
They say they work in the state. Look up their license and see if they have an active license in the state that they claim to be practicing.
Got it. There's multiple websites to do this for each
there's
state.
multiple ways.
Got
and
it.
every doctor has what we call an NPI number, which is identifying factor. Right? So there are multiple ways, because that's the thing.
I'm learning something.
When
NPI
someone
is probably
says
the best way, huh, Dr. Sharon?
I think MPI is probably the best. MPI is public. Well, I mean, any medical board is public still. Yes,
NPI
but-
lookup. Google NPI lookup, and you'll be able to look it up the doctor.
Fair enough.
Right? Yeah, because this nonsense has to stop. This just, I mean, and what you do is that you confuse people, right?
Yeah,
Because then you
yeah.
confuse people. Like, am I supposed to tell myself, can I do it? I mean, what am I going to, yeah. And then, oh, well, no, my baby has autism. Let me go sue my doctor. Let me call 1-800 sue my doctor.
Get the money, but then you could have looked up the doctor before it got to that point in some cases. Well, this is all great, ladies, and I do apologize. I wish we could talk for so long because there's obviously so much I want to learn from both of you. Now, where can we all find you? Because you got to plug it. You got to plug it.
I got to plug it. Dr. Sharon.
Hold on. We having a swag party or something up here? Hold on.
Yeah, I look all busted and disgusted. Dr. Keisha's all beat and ready for the rapture. I'm not.
There we go. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Greatness. Look at me. So lovely. So beautiful, ladies. I mean, wow. I mean, I have never. I mean, you're beating me. I gotta say it. Wow. And you're cooking back there too. Oh my Lord. Y'all know how to cook too?
No, I actually wasn't cooking. I was getting delivery of some furniture and moving stuff around.
Wow, you see this, ladies and gentlemen? Don't we all look so amazing and beautiful?
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to arrange my entire house is what I've been trying to do for the past few days. But anyway, I'm here on TikTok, Sharon Smith, Dr. Sharon Smith, MD.
Yeah.
And yes, I am a real doctor. I am board certified in obstetrics and gynecology. I have been practicing now for 16 long years, right? I've done 4 years of med school, 4 years of residency, and that's over 16,000 hours of training in the residency.
Jeez.
I counted them bitches.
Yeah, Dr. Sharon.
I counted them hours, right? I'm not shadowing.
Yeah.
I'm not shadowing. I'm actually doing. And besides that, I've been out practicing for the past 16 years. I was initially in private practice. Now I'm a locums doctor, which I travel and go to different places. All these rural places where these hospitals are closing, I go to a lot of those places where resources are slim and skim and next to nothing.
Wow.
And it's crazy. Yes, I've been in some of those places. And I'm on other social media. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. It's Sharon Smith MD. But yeah, I think everything is linked here in my TikTok because I do have a plain Jane name.
Yeah.
So sometimes people are like, I can't find you, but yeah, I'm out there. I'm the real deal.
The real deal. Well, listen, Dr. Sharon.
I can't. I'm not out here faking the phone.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We met on social media, by the way. So I as well is triple boarded. I did 5 years of residency after medical school, a year of fellowship in Cytopath. So I'm the doctor's doctor. And the Medical Collective podcast, I met these doctors on social media and Clubhouse, and now we have a podcast. The 24th episode came out, and for those who don't know, you can get genetic counseling and testing. I'm listening to the episode now. It's good. So that episode is out on how you can get access to counseling and testing for genetic diseases, and don't think you don't have a risk. They have a risk. Dr. Keisha Davis, MD, on all. I got my link tree up too. We are doing that. Sometimes, we come on here. I'm on Substack. If you want the information, go to Substack, the Medical Collective. I put all the links to everything you need to know. Gun violence resources, everything. On Clubhouse, we did over 200 hours of conversations with experts, on everything. From autopsy initiative. Oh, by the way, Colin Kaepernick's autopsy initiative has been 3 years active. So that the autopsy he's paying for is part of his initiative he's been doing. I had the lead medical examiner on as well. I have that conversation if you want to listen to it. His name is Dr. Roger Mitchell, but we're out here. We'll be here.
All right. Well, listen, you two, I appreciate you as always gracing the platform with your presence, your excellence. And again, thank you so much. All right. And all right. Until next time. All right. Well, listen.
Next time.
Yes. Hopefully see you tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes this special broadcast. W to Dr. Sharon and Dr. Keisha Davis as well. This is amazing stuff we're doing. Unfortunately, I have to get up out of here. But I want to give a special thank you to all of you. Thank you especially to the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You could be doing anything, but you always choose to hang out with me. I truly appreciate it. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this goes out to. This goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters. And they just do nasty and evil and disgusting things on TikTok, like reporting me, Big Zeus, because I'm trying to be out here and be a positive role model. You guys are just sick. Do me a favor and go straight to hell.
Silence, you matter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care, stay safe. We are out of here. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. We did that. Y'all keep making me work super. Eugene. Remember, I'm always the most handsome, bro. W. Cindy. rest of your morning. Did you enjoy the show? I'll do Tupac tomorrow. We'll do Tupac tomorrow. How about that? We'll do Tupac tomorrow. WND. Thank you so much. Hey, Eugene, remember, I'm still the most handsome, bro. You got a long way to go. You got to start at the back of the line, too. Oh, my God. Lady Jane, thank you. W-Lady. Let's go, let's go. See you tomorrow. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. WR. Let's go. What a show. Gotta raise it up. Thank you, Patrick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Stay safe. We are out of here.